All right, so if you're brand new to the ShineRanker tool, no worries, we got you covered. First thing you're going to see when you get into the dashboard is actually you're not going to see any of this, right? It's going to be completely blank. And so what we want to do is we want to start out by adding a project. Now what a project is it's basically a website, right? So we want to be able to track keywords for a website. We want to be able to write content for those keywords. And we really just want to, if we have multiple different clients or websites, we want to be able to switch in between each of those websites. And so that's really what a project is. So in here, in the top part of ShineRanker, you're going to see it says Manage Projects. And so these are the different projects you're going to have. You can see I only have one right now. So that's just my project for ShineRanker itself. And these are all the keywords that I'm tracking. And if we look at the actual project here, we can see a bunch of different buttons. So don't get overwhelmed by this. I'll go over them in a second. Let's just talk about how to add a project. So adding a project is pretty simple. You're just going to click on Add Project here. And you're going to type in the name of your project. And so again, this would just be your website or business name, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. There's no doing this the wrong way. So don't worry about messing it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in, let's say we wanted to track a project for my web design site. So I have a web design site that we just ranked called Web Design Castle Rock. See if it's still ranking here. And there it is. It's still ranking. So it's Web Design Castle Rock, right? So I could either call it the URL or I could just call it the name of the business. We'll just call it the name of the business. We'll just type in Web Design Castle Rock and press Submit. So now you can see we have no keywords anymore, right? So it's just the dashboard. Now, if I wanted to switch back to my other project, I can click on Manage Projects, click on ShineRanker blog, switch back to that, and now I have all of my keywords and all of the tracking, okay? So if I want to go back to the project I just created, go into here, click on Manage Projects, click on Web Design Castle Rock, switch back, and we're back here without any keywords. So what we want to do is we want to start finding some keywords, right? We want to be able to either track our current keywords that we're ranking for or find new keywords, okay? So in order to find new keywords, we're going to click on Keyword Research. Then we're going to click on Enter Topics, Enter Keyword Topics to get keywords. And all we have to do is type in the different words we want to find keywords for. Now, the way this works is when you're entering in a keyword, let's say I enter in SEO, this is going to go and try to find a bunch of keywords around SEO. Now, let's say I have some more keywords though. Let's say I want to rank for SEO ranker. I want to rank for SEO. Oh, well, in this case, we'd actually want to go for local keywords, right? Because this is actually a local website. So we'd go, instead of it saying just SEO, we'd go for something like Web Design Castle Rock, maybe Web Design Colorado, because Castle Rock's in Colorado, and then Web Design, actually we'll do SEO Castle Rock. Now, you want to add more keywords if you want to get more ideas. You don't have to add all three. You could just do the first one, which is just Web Design Castle Rock. But I like to add three just to get more keyword variations or more ideas. So we'll press Submit. And then we're going to look through basically Google's database of keywords, and we're going to see a few things here. So first of all, we're going to see all the different keyword ideas. Then we're going to see how many people are searching for these keywords per month. Then we're going to see what the average cost per click is, so how much people are willing to pay on average per click for each of these keywords. Then we're going to get the difficulty metrics, which we'll talk more about in a second, what this means. And then we're going to get the in-title results, which is basically the same as difficulty, which again, I'll talk about in a second. And then we have actions. So actions, really the only thing that you're going to use is just probably this. So if you want to track a keyword, let's say we wanted to track Web Design Castle Rock, we can click on this little button here, the little check mark, go to View Project, and now it's being tracked, okay? And if we don't want to track that, we can just click on the bubble, click on Delete Selected, press OK, and now it's gone from the dashboard, okay? But we still have it in here. You can see that it says that we've already tracked it because it's highlighted in yellow, but we can just track it again if we want to. Okay, so let's talk about some of the other things in here. So that's the first thing that we did was enter the topics to get keywords. So if we wanted to enter more topics, we click on this and get a whole list of new keywords if we wanted to. We can change our language. So if we wanted keywords in different languages, or if we're in a different location, we want to search from other areas, we can do that. And then the check difficulty, this will allow you to see how difficult these keywords are. So if I click on this bubble here, you can see it doesn't have a difficulty, and I click on check difficulty, it will pop up with the difficulty. So it says easy. If I want to do this in bulk, I can click on select all and I can click on check difficulty, and that will allow me to check all the difficulty in bulk. Now if you see that there's already difficulties measured here, that means that somebody in the past has already checked for the difficulty. But you can recalculate it because it might be more difficult in the future. So if you click on check difficulty again, these might change, probably not. Most of the time an easy keyword will be easy for a very long time. Also, if we want to check more keywords at a time, we can click on show entries, show 50, and then now we have a list of all the different keywords. And if we want to calculate difficulty on all those, we can click on select all, check difficulty, and then it's going to run through the ones that we missed. So that one should pop up. There we go. Now let's talk about what difficulty means. So difficulty, the way we're measuring it right now is we're just trying to see how many websites have this keyword in the title of their website, okay? So if I go and look up web design Castle Rock, let's just copy this, just copy it, go into Google and type in, we actually use something called all in title, and then we put this in quotations. We can see there's 17 results with web design Castle Rock. You might be thinking, but I just saw here it said it was less than 10. And so here's the funny thing. Google is not always accurate with what it shows when you're looking at it from a browser. What I mean by that is if I'm doing all in title right here, chances are, if I go and look what's on the search results right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Now, these ones here don't actually say web design Castle Rock. They say web design dash Castle Rock or web design comma Castle Rock. And so for some reason, Google still considers these, even though you put in here, only show me the things with this in the title. And so our tool is actually more accurate because it doesn't consider those things. It just goes directly into Google's API and it's able to show us what the actual true count is, which is less than 10. And so the ShineRanker tool, when it's doing the in title, is actually more accurate than what you would see on the actual search result. And so you can't really trust the search result when you do it this way because it's going to be biased. One, based on where you're searching for from, maybe your previous search history, but also it's going to consider a lot of this other stuff like the commas and the dashes and that kind of thing. Okay. So now we know what the difficulty is, right? Basically, the difficulty is how many people are competing for this keyword with the exact keyword in the title. All right. And so generally, it's an easy keyword if not many people are competing for it with the keyword in their title. And so we want to try to usually go for easy keywords first before we go for difficult keywords because most people have a brand new website and also it's just easier to go for easy keywords. And I kind of break it down like this. The reason why I like the way this tool works and the way I've kind of built it this way is if we went for, let's say, 100 easy keywords and each of the keywords had 10 searches per month, that means we would be getting 1,000 searches per month in keywords that we're ranking for. Or we could go for 1,000 search per month keyword, right? But that might be a difficult, like super difficult, right? If it's 1,000 searches per month, maybe the keyword's really difficult. And if that's the case, it's going to take longer to get an ROI from this than it would from that, if that makes sense. Because basically, if we can rank for 100 easy keywords very quickly, and it takes us, let's say, 2 or 3 months to rank for one keyword that has 1,000 searches per month, I'd rather go for the 100 keywords every day that are easy, okay? And the reason why, by the way, these keywords are truly easy, if you're thinking about it from just a logical standpoint, Google wants answers for their questions that the users are asking, right? So if I'm asking web design Castle Rock and nothing shows up for this, then theoretically, nobody's really truly answering the question because they're answering questions that are similar to the question, but they're not answering the actual question. And so that's why really easy keywords are easy is because nobody's really answering the question. And so if we can be the first person or business to answer that question before anybody else, directly addressing the thing that people are looking for, we're usually going to be able to rank very quickly. Okay, so that's how the keyword research portion works. Now, what we can do here is we can either track the keywords by clicking on them like this. We can also click on select all and just track all of the keywords. Or what I like to do, and this is why we have this feature here, is click on track all easy keywords. And what this will do is it'll go and track all the easy keywords, not just on the first dashboard, but in any dashboard after as well, or like any page after. So now if we click on view project, we have a ton of easy keywords that we can rank for. Pretty cool, right? So that's the first part of ShineRanker under the projects and the keyword research. In the next part of the dashboard, I will go over the more advanced features.